Hello and welcome, I'm Benjo, thanks for joining me for my sniping guide. So I'm going to cover some of the basics, saying about bullet drop, elevation, some more advanced sniping like moving targets and long shots. Now I've always enjoyed playing as a sniper in games, and in Ghost Recon Wildlands it's very similar to the battlefield type sniping where you've got to take into consideration velocity, range and bullet drop, which always makes things a little bit more interesting. Okay, so as a sniper, your role in this game really is to be an overwatch for your team. You want to be pitching up around about 300 metres to 500 metres around the target's base. You need to be in a good position, know the area as well. If you know what's around you, you know where you can escape to if you miss a shot and they get targeted, that's always very helpful. But the main thing is you want to be watching your team, giving them cover, telling them if there's anybody coming around behind them, making them aware. That's really your main role. Something you need to be aware about with sniping is how the skill tree is going to affect your sniping. There's 4 skills that you really want to focus on levelling up if you're going to focus on sniping in the game. First one's stable aim, as that reduces your movement sway when you're aiming down the sights. Second one's vehicle destruction, your time to aim you want to improve as well. And finally, range elite will improve your long range accuracy by 30%. Okay, bullet drop is something that can take a bit of time to adjust to, and the biggest thing really is just practice. Keep popping off those shots, keep changing where you're shooting, different ranges of targets and different elevations. It does take a bit of time. I've done quite a few different guides, mainly for the TX5i scope on different sniper rifles. They're all available on my channel, so be sure to go and check those out. Okay, so when it comes to dealing with elevation and changes in elevation, the easiest way for me to show you is in this little animation I put together. So you've got 5 guys on the left and they're all going to shoot exactly the same line out. So at the top, of course, you can see it misses, second one misses, third one misses, fourth one hits and the fifth one misses. Just because they're all aiming from a different height with exactly the same bullet trajectory. If we look at the second one, we can see if the top 3 guys that are above the target aim down a bit, they will then hit the target. The original guy still aiming in the same position, and the last guy aiming up a bit. This means that the bullet intersects with the target, getting the kill. So in conclusion, if you're above the target, what you need to do is aim a little bit above your normal mark. If you're below the target, then you need to aim below that mark. Okay, now for a bit more of advanced sniping. There's a few things that you really need to look at. Now first is where the target's moving to, how fast they're moving, how far away they're going to be when you take the shot, and how long it's going to take for that bullet to get to that range, so the velocity of the bullet. If you can work this out, it's a good kind of base on hitting that shot. So we're going to focus on this shot. The target's moving in this direction. What I'm looking at is the range is 444 metres. So I know I'm going to be aiming up around about here on my scope. What I need to do is get that point to intersect with this path. So of course that's the way that he's walking, so I'm going to move my scope across to there. And then I need to think where's going to be the point that I need to shoot. Time that I'm going to shoot my bullet and it's going to hit him when he walks into its path, I think it's going to be about this orange mark here. That's how I'm lining up moving targets. Okay, so when it comes to actually taking the shot, take your time when aiming to ensure that you're lined up. Use your night vision and thermal vision, and also be aware that sometimes the markers will not always be directly above their heads. They can be slightly off if they're hiding behind the box. Remember that you're always going to have a little bit of movement sway. This can be more dramatic on some scopes than others, but once your target is lined up, that's when you need to pull your shot. Be prepared, take a couple of seconds, get used to that sway, and then pull that trigger. If it's on a moving target, of course you're looking for that sweet spot where you think your bullet's going to intersect. When it comes to more shots, it's something that a lot of people went for, of course, when the game initially came out, and it's something that a lot of people are still trying to do, despite the fact that there's some people out there which just think you're a complete dick. I say each their own, it's your game, enjoy it your way. The best place to go is to Kawani Salt Flats. That's where I do all my bullet drop guides, so you can go and check on any of those that I've done. You can line up a shot and you'll be able to hit the same. My longest one is 1.2 kilometres, so be sure to check that out. I'll put a link at the end of the video. The easiest way to do it is get within 575 metres of your target, mark them up, aim down the sights and then walk backwards. This is possible up to a distance of 1.5 kilometres that I can confirm, which I've done on Xbox in the flats. Anyway, I hope that this guide has been helpful to you. I'll try to give you as much information as I can on what I think about when I snipe. Please be sure to subscribe, drop me a comment and to drop a like if you did enjoy that. It really helps me as a little channel as I'm starting to come up. But most of all, thank you very much for checking out my video, and I hope to see you back here soon.